Good morning, dear students. Myself, Dr. Lipika Das Samanto, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemical Engineering, Kali Institute of Technology. Dear students, previously I already discussed the general momentum transport of various application in practical knowledge and practically. Today I will problem a practical problem through the momentum transport with the help of Newton's law of viscosity. So here, first we solve the general assumption to solve the momentum transport in a particular problem. So first we assume the coordinate system, then the necessary assumptions. After that, draw a control volume system, then determine the equations by convective transport and viscous transport. After that, we reset the cell momentum balance, and after that solve with the help of boundary conditions and Newton's law of viscosity. So this is the flow through a falling film. Here consider with the following fluid system where the z-axis will be aligned downward in a sloping plane. So draw a control volume of length L with W and differential thickness dx. After that we choose the coordinate system. Here we choose the Cartesian coordinates and the direction of the fluid flow in the z direction, and that's why this will be the direction of the momentum balance also. When we solve the flow through a falling film, first we assume some assumptions. What are the assumptions? The first assumption is the system is in steady state and the system is continue with constant density and constant viscosity. The flow is laminar flow and fully developed flow, and the Newton's law of viscosity is applicable to solve this problem. After that, we solve the problem. Consider momentum balance in z direction. Rate of momentum E in control volume due to the viscous transport x equals to Lw into tau xz at x. Tau xz is the shear stress in this case, and rate of momentum out in control volume due to the viscous transport at x plus del x equals to Lw into tau xz at x plus del x. After that, this system is maintained and the gravity force acting on the z direction. So the gravity force is in the z direction equals to Lw del x into rho g cos beta. And then after that we consider the convective transport. In the convective transport, rate of momentum entering or momentum flux entering in control volume due to the convective transport equals to rho into Vz into dx into W into Vz at z equals to 0. Means this is the exit instance disturbance. And second is the rate of momentum flux leaving from control volume due to the momentum transport equals to rho into Vz into W into dx into Vz at z equals to L, means the exit disturbance. After that, we sum up these terms, substitute in the z direction for z momentum balance is equal to rho into V into W into dx into Vz at z equals to 0 minus rho into Vz into W into dx into Vz at z equals to L plus flux entering CV due to the viscous transport equals to the del W into tau x at x minus tau x plus del x plus force gravity action on the fluid in the z direction equals to the jw del x into rho g cos beta. So sum of all the equations in the, after that we got the equations and then set up the cell balance, where in this the convective and momentum transport Vz means velocity distribution throughout the cell for z equals to 0 and z equals to L also. So that's why this term means convective transport term will be cancelled out and set the cell balance Lw into tau xz at x minus tau xz at x plus del x plus rho del x Lw g into cos beta equals to 0. After that, what we will do? We will do dividing the constant term. What are the constant term? Constant term will the L means length, width means W, and del x means differential thickness. So we dividing the constant term and taking the limit del x approaches 0. So limit del x tends to 0, tau xz at x plus del x minus tau xz at x divided by del x equals to rho g cos beta. After that, we first term the definition of the derivative of the tau xz. So d of tau xz divided by dx equals to rho g cos beta. Then integrating this equation and finally we got the shear stress tau xz equals to rho g cos x cos beta plus c1. Then we solve the, we obtain the C1 value of C1. So we taking the boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? At x equals to 0, so tau x equals to also 0. So putting the value of boundary conditions in this equation and finally we got the value of C1. C1 equals to 0. Then also putting the value of C1 in the value in the equation of tau xz. Finally we got the tau xz equals to rho g x cos beta. Then we comparing the Newton's law of viscosity law. What is the Newton's law of viscosity? Newton's law of viscosity is the tau xz equals to minus mu into dvz by dx. So from this equation we taken the value of tau xz and putting the value in the previous equation, means tau xz equals to rho g x cos beta. So putting the value in this equation, finally we got the velocity distribution profile. So dvz by dx equals to minus rho g cos beta divided by mu into x. After that, further we integrating this equation and we got the velocity profile. Vz equals to minus rho g cos beta divided by 2 mu into x plus c2. C2 is the another constant, integration constant. So we obtain the value of C2. We take it further boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? Boundary conditions at x equals to delta, Vz equals to 0. What is the x? X equals to delta. Delta is the depth in the direction of the falling film. Means this portion. This portion is the depth in the x direction of the falling film. So putting the value of boundary conditions in the equation of Vz and finally got the value of C2. C2 equals to rho g delta cos beta divided by 2 mu into delta square. After that, we put the value of C2 in this equation and finally got the velocity distribution Vz equals to rho g delta square cos beta divided by 2 mu into 1 minus x by delta whole square. Then we obtain we solve for different velocity conditions. First conditions is the maximum velocity. When maximum velocity is clearly observed at velocity x equals to 0. So put the value of x in this equation and finally we got Vz max equals to rho g delta square into cos beta divided by 2 mu. After that, we obtain the average velocity. Average velocity over a cross section of a fluid film is obtained Vz equals to within a bracket volumetric flow rate by flow area. Means what is the volumetric flow rate? 1 by delta 0 to integration 0 to delta into Vz equals to x dx equals to put the value of Vz here. So rho g delta square cos beta divided by 2 mu integration 1 to 0 1 minus x by delta whole square into d of x by delta and finally we got the value rho g cos beta divided by 2 mu which is equals to 2 by 3 V max. After that we obtain the mass rate of flow W. What is the W? W is the average velocity or by integration of the velocity distribution. So what is the W? W equals to integration 0 to W and integration 0 to delta rho Vz dx into dy equals to rho W delta within a bracket Vz equals to rho square. Put the value of Vz average velocity here. So finally we got rho square g W delta q into cos beta divided by 3 mu. So finally we got the velocity distribution of the falling frame and maximum velocity of the flow through a falling frame and average velocity and also RS of the flow of the falling frame. So after that we sum up all the portions what I have taught till now. So first one we assume that some assumptions and then after that we finally got the value of velocity distribution Vz equals to rho g delta square cos beta divided by 2 mu into 1 minus x by delta whole square. Then we got the maximum velocity Vz max equals to rho g delta square cos beta divided by 2 mu. After that the average velocity equals to volumetric flow rate by flow area means rho g delta square cos beta by 3 mu equals to 2 3 by V max and last one is the W equals to rho square g W into delta q cos beta divided by 3 mu. So everyone understood today up to this? Thank you.